communication habits, improves our effective communication. I think we would all agree with that. But one habit that I think impairs our one-on-one communication is the tendency to over-explain, providing unnecessary explanations for our actions or our habits. I started to realize that people are providing me with explanations, not only that I don't need, but I don't request, but they seem as if they owe me some kind of explanation for their actions. So I ask myself, what's going on here? Why do people feel this need to explain themselves? So tonight we're going to kind of explore this area. Don't complain, don't explain. I don't know whether you've heard of this phrase, but this is the motto of the British royal family. Don't explain, don't complain. It provides and don't provide any difficult circumstances that may befall the monarchy. They believe that it preserves dignity and neutrality and the mystique of the monarchy. The late Queen Elizabeth's mother was known as Her Highness the Imperial Ostrich, for the fact that she kept her head in the ground and didn't listen to any difficult circumstances and certainly didn't try to explain herself. And of course, the late Queen Elizabeth was famous for not providing explanations, maintaining that stoic approach that she had. But of course, we're not kings and queens, so we don't have the privilege of taking that view. So I asked myself the question, well, who are these people that seem to need to explain themselves? Well, I think we all know who they are. You know, I feel that when I'm around angry, hurt, or disappointed people, I feel I have to explain myself to them. I don't quite know why, but that's the kind of reaction I have to that. Of course, also high empathy people. I don't necessarily put myself in that category, but if you are in that category, you do worry about what other people think of you, and that may be the reason why you tend to want to explain. Of course, there are other people that don't feel the need to explain at all. Politicians, entertainers who cancel their concerts, non-profits who suffer moral lapses, and corporations. They do what I was told to do when I was in corporate life. Call upon your extensive command of the English language and say as little as possible. And as we know, we've never gotten to the root cause yet of why that door plug fell out of that airplane flying above us all, or why that faulty software patch got into all of those servers, courtesy of CrowdStrike and Microsoft. So these are the folks that don't have to explain at all. And that doesn't seem to bother us at all. Now, there are a couple of occasions when you should really explain. If you're stopped by a policeman, for example, and you're asked to explain your actions, you should try your best to explain, or explain that you will do so when your attorney arrives. Also, I found out that when doctors ask you how you're feeling, you should try and explain as articulately as you can as how you are feeling. This really helps them diagnose what the problem is. I spoke to some doctors this afternoon and they told me you'd be absolutely surprised how few people actually attempt to answer those questions that the doctor asks. And when they do, the doctors are of the opinion that 50% of the time at least, people are lying. Rather interesting. So what is the consequences of over-explaining? Well, in my opinion, and what I've read on this subject, it kills one's personal confidence because you feel you have to explain yourself. You are forlornly trying to rid yourselves of a feeling of guilt and anxiety, which is unnecessary. You're a fawning person, wanting to please others. And it's important that you are liked and approved by others, more important than your own limits and boundaries. So here's something that you might consider. One technique. To say you appreciate a person, then to say no, and then to wish them well. Thank you for thinking of me. I actually don't have it in my schedule right now. But I know it will be a great event. Or another one. Thank you for sharing what you're up to right now. Appreciation. But I'm not in the market for this. No. I wish you the best with the future. Or finally, I love you're passionate about this. Appreciation. I won't be able to make it. No. I know you'll crush it. Well wishes. Or if all of that fails, one thing that I do is that I remember the UK version of House of Cards, when a difficult question was asked or some explanation was required. And I call upon my English accent here and I say, I know why you would ask that question, but I couldn't possibly respond. And usually that shuts the person up immediately at that point. They don't ask any further questions. So, in wrapping up, one further point. When declining your role to speak, or any role at Best of Dallas, there is no need to provide Bill with an explanation. Is that right, Bill? No! How many people provide you with explanations? Got to be quite a few.
Yeah.
There's no... Some. Yeah. You think you're telling you the truth or lying?
Don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. So there you have it. Becoming aware of your communication habits, implementing strategies and seeking advice will all make us improve our communication skills. Thank you.